Good morning. Almost afternoon. I'm basically talking right now for whoever ends up watching the replay. Let's see if anybody jumps in here today. Ooh, hey everybody. What's cracking? Trying to get my phone situated here. How's everyone's Tuesday? Hi, Juanita. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Melody. Hello, everyone. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, Dara. Hi, Rosio. Hey, Lindy. Good morning, Michelle. How is everyone today? I had a weird morning. I have a plan for a video today. Hi, Victoria, my girl. Did you get my message that I had a weird dream about you? Not that the dream was weird. I just thought it was weird that you were hanging out in my subconscious. So this morning, I overslept a little bit today. Not a lot, but you guys know how you have if you have kids especially, or you have like a really specific schedule in the morning during the week, how even 5 minutes can totally derail you. This is TMI, but I got my period overnight, so I had to wake up in the middle of the night. I had a really hard time getting back to sleep. So I overslept this morning by maybe 15 minutes, and it just really derailed my morning. Then, sure enough, Lincoln also overslept a little bit. So I went to get in the truck to bring them to school. Mind you, I'm already 10 minutes behind when I should have left. And there was no gas in my car, and the gas light was on. So I'm trying to power through. I drive to the closest gas station to my house. Mind you, we're already 15 minutes behind schedule at this point. And there was like 9,000 people at the gas station, to the point where I had to pull in behind somebody and kind of wait for them to leave. So the moral of the story is we were hella late to school today. I say hella late, but 15 minutes is a huge deal. So I was feeling really mad at myself because I'm usually so, I don't know, precise about my schedule. I'm not one of those people that is always running late. I'm one of those people that if I'm on time, I feel like I'm late. Like I'm a 5 to 10 minutes early kind of gal. So I was really derailed this morning and a little frustrated because, I pride myself on being on time, and it's really important for the boys and their school day. So I was mad at myself this morning. I hate that. I think a lot of it is because I worked in salons for years, and especially when I was doing a lot of esthetician services, I was scheduling eyebrow waxes like every 5 minutes, so I was always so punctual so that I could fit extra clients into my schedule, and it's just always followed me. I am very, very punctual. So I was annoyed this morning. Do you know what I am so into right now? Do you guys listen to podcasts? Does anyone listen to podcasts? Are there any that you're really into? I sound like such an old fogey that I just jumped on the podcast train. The one that I am most obsessed with right now is the comedian Pete Holmes has a podcast called You Made It Weird, and he has all of these wonderful guests. Some of them are really famous celebrities, and some of them are, like low-key musicians and up-and-coming type actors and comedians, and he is just so deep. I don't even know how to explain it. You would think, right, like, okay, Pete Holmes, the comedian, this is going to be the funniest podcast ever. And not that it's not funny. Hey, my dogs always get lit when I go live. It's so annoying. Hey. Hey. So, hold on. Sancho, get up here now. Come here. My dachshund has been really squirrely. I don't know what his deal is. Come here. I'm sorry, you guys. That's so rude, but he's really annoying me right now. Ah, being trampled. Okay, so, oh, Victoria, I'll send you an email. I feel like I need to tell you what was going on in the dream. I want to see if you can like make sense of what was hanging out in my subconscious. Good luck on your case. We'll talk really soon. Okay, so You Made It Weird. It's the Pete Holmes podcast. Pete Holmes is really, I'm gonna brag about how I don't know him, but I'm going to brag about the connection that I feel like I have to him. Pete Holmes is a comedian, super, super funny. He has a show on HBO called Crashing that is like kind of a nod to his life. I wouldn't say that it's autobiographical, but there's definitely a lot of his life in it. He is religious and he is married and he has a child. He's from Massachusetts, and I just can connect with that really on a deeper level because a lot of the things that he talks about with growing up in Massachusetts, I didn't grow up there, but my parents did. And a lot of his like Boston isms and just his like Massachusetts isms just really transport me to what it was like growing up with my parents and how my grandparents were. So his podcasts, he always talks a lot about how he has done a lot of therapy in his life and how therapy has helped him come to like all of these conclusions about his life and his upbringing. And I feel like that transcends with all of his guests, and it's just super interesting. So yeah, it's called You Made It Weird. One of my favorite episodes so far. The one with Dr. Drew is amazing if you want somewhere to start. And then I also really love the one with, I'm going to butcher his last name, Matt Nicholson, I think it is. He's a musician. Just really, really good stuff. So if you want to feel like, you know, you want to listen to some really, really great conversation and just some kind of open your mind talk, check out You Made It Weird because it's really, really good. I usually listen to music when I clean and I'm putzing around, but lately I'm just listening to podcasts and I feel like I'm learning a lot. I feel like it's kind of bringing me to a place where I'm more in tune with my self-awareness. So check it out. I really think that you guys will like it. I love true crime as well. So I'm always taking recommendations for podcasts. I also love to listen to my friend Kristen's podcast. Her name's Survive Sleeve Slay on Instagram and on YouTube, but her podcast is called Mom's Spaghetti Podcast. She's had VSG surgery, vertical sleeve, gastric, and so has her co-host Emily. They are two very, very, very funny girls. So check out Mom's Spaghetti Podcast as well. I'm actually going to be doing an episode with them. I think we're going to record it next week. So I will let you guys know when you can go ahead and listen to the podcast. Oh my God. This is my cup of like collagen coffee that I drink once a day. I wish I could drink it all day. It's my absolute favorite. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm obsessed. Yeah, so please go check out You Made It Weird and tell me how much you love it because he's just so, I don't know, he's freaking funny. Pete Holmes is funny in a kind of wholesome way. Not that he doesn't curse or anything like that. He just, I don't know. I just think he's funny. Do you guys watch Crashing on HBO? Do you know Pete Holmes? I'm a huge fan. Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I listen to a lot of comedy. I truly enjoy comedy. Everything from raunchy trash comedy to like wholesome, clean family comedy. I truly love to laugh. That is the way to my heart and soul. If you can make me laugh, oh yeah, naturally, Lloyd. Do you have a Santa hat on in your picture? That makes me happy. I really do love to laugh. I do. I think that if I am in a crappy mood, okay, so if you have an iPhone, there is an app that's already installed in your phone that says podcasts. You can find them that way. There are also podcasts on Spotify. So I usually listen through Spotify just because I feel like they have a really great selection. If you are not listening to podcasts, let's get it together for you guys, because any topic you could ever imagine, there are people talking about it. I've learned so much and discovered so many new amazing creatives and just intelligent people. Like, it's just really, I don't know. It's a really good way to get some great conversation in your life without physically talking to people. I love them. I really love them. Funny, Misty, I don't listen to a ton of keto podcasts. I don't listen to a ton of keto people, period, because I'm starting to feel like keto is so personal from person to person, and what I do and what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. And the whole universe of people being like mean to each other about what they think is keto and what isn't, just, it makes me feel things. It makes me feel some kind of way. Like, I got into a verbal the other day with someone because they were so kind of mean to me that I used Splenda in a recipe. Mind your business, Beverly. You know, like, Splenda is not ideal. It's not an ideal sweetener, and I totally get that. But the reality is I was a sugar addicted, obese, unhealthy young woman, and if I use Splenda instead of sugar, I am doing good things for myself. And if you don't agree with that or you don't feel that way, like, you can kick rocks. I don't need it. I don't need any added negativity in my life. And I try really, really hard not to let that kind of stuff get to me. But it does bother me. Like, it bothers me to see it happens to other people more than it happens to me. I feel like, because I have this tiny platform and people are like, oh, Amanda, she's Ketoginja, so like, it's fine. But then new girl Tammy could be in the comments and someone's being mean to her because she had Splenda. I had Splenda yesterday. Like, what is the big deal? People are so mean. So mean. And I just, I get it, know better, do better, because that's usually where these people try to say, like, oh, we know better now and we know that this isn't good for you. So they try to masquerade it as like they're trying to help people. But the reality is there are so many people that just want to be right. You don't need to be right about my food choices, Leave me alone. If this is working for me, it's working for me. Like, I don't know. I'm just not that mean. I'm really not. Like, I don't know. It bothers me. And sometimes if this has happened to you, especially like in our Facebook group, you can expect to get a message from me telling you that, like, it's okay. It's okay. I just really think that people have a tendency to want to be right. And when I was a teenager, I would say probably like 19, I had an amazing therapist. I had a lot of issues with anxiety, and that part is a long story for another day. But she said to me, Amanda, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? You guys, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. And I keep that with me all of the time, because I think a lot of us, especially, if you're educated on a certain topic, you feel like you are the know-all, be-all, and you have something to say to, can't wait to prove someone wrong, can't wait to tell them how wrong they are. And like, man, I don't want to be that to anybody. I don't want to tell anybody what they're doing wrong. This journey is just it's so different for everybody, and what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. So do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? If something is really chapping your ass and you're trying to figure out like what to do, maybe take a step back and decide, is it really that important for you to be right? Because it probably isn't. Almost never. So Yeah, I really, really think that being happy is, way more profound than trying to prove someone else wrong, especially on the freaking internet. Like in the comments section. Like, did you lay your head down at night and you're like, wow, thank God I told that stranger in New Mexico that she shouldn't eat that? It's so weird. So, so weird. It really is bizarre. I just can't believe how mean people are to one another. Now, that's not to say, going back a little, I love comedy, right? And I love to laugh. So I am all about a little jab or a joke or like making fun of myself. Like, hey, stop. I'm all about that. Like, I really am all about that. I'm all about like poking fun at each other. You know that we're really good friends if I'm like cracking jokes on you and vice versa. But like to be genuinely mean-spirited and to just be mean and nasty, especially to complete strangers, I just can't wrap my head around it. It bothers me. I was always the kid in school too, or if like there was someone getting picked on, I would swoop in and make fun of the other person. Just to kind of give a little bit of reflection there, like, you don't have to pick on people, and if you can tell that someone is not laughing along with you and you've really hurt their feelings, like, shut up. I hate that. I really do hate that. One of the caveats of having children on the spectrum is that I see other kids their age that are like neurotypical, and they have already figured out, I guess, how to be mean. My kids haven't figured that out. My kids are so genuinely nice and sweet, and they don't really understand. Like if someone were to be making fun of them, it would just roll right off their back because they genuinely don't understand. And I try really hard to be more like that in my own life and not let it make me feel bad about myself. I try really hard to teach them love and compassion and kindness, and I feel like as I'm bringing that message down, I absorb a lot of it myself because it's so much easier to be nice to somebody than to be mean and judgmental. So that's my PSA for the day. Like, be nice. Be nice. If you don't like what someone is eating or what they're putting into their body, maybe give them an alternative, but you don't have to tell them that they're wrong or that's terrible. Just give an alternative and keep it moving. It seems so simple, right? I hate that anyway, when people are like, oh, that's not keto. Like, well, it might be for me. There are a lot of people that can eat 60 carbs a day and get into ketosis. So when you have people running in the comments that can't wait to tell you that like you had 27 carbs today and you've ruined it. What? Mind your business. Thanks, Lloyd. I got this around Halloween and I love sugar skulls. Who doesn't? Really, the flowers on this are what do it for me. Isn't she beautiful? It's my favorite mug. Yeah, so people being mean in the comments is like my pet peeve of life. So if you're in our Facebook group and you're mean to people, you can expect to be either asked to leave or, I will be mean right back to you in the comments, if we're being honest. Because it doesn't feel good for anybody. It really doesn't. Yeah, so it's Tuesday, but it feels like a Monday for me. I just can't get my life together today. I need to do some cooking. I went grocery shopping yesterday, and I'm trying to plan out what we want to eat for the week. I'm not really sure exactly what yet. I have some ideas. I just haven't really, I haven't cemented them. What are you guys making this week? Does anyone have any big food plans for the week? Yeah, Juanita, like, whoever's telling you that information is just wrong. Yeah, Brittany, I agree. Like, for the most part, it is an extremely supportive community. But in any community and just in life in general, you get these people that are so self-righteous and they really think that their way of doing it is the only way to do it. And I just don't believe that for anything. I really don't. Yum, chicken wings. That sounds so good. Yeah, Deborah, I actually bought a couple of different kinds of garlic this week. You can tell I'm still super congested. I really think that there's something blooming that I'm allergic to, either in my yard or on my street, because I just can't kick it. I'm kind of miserable today. I have a sinus headache. I felt better and less congested yesterday, but then here I am again. Allergies are the worst. Allergies are. Does anyone want to mod for me by any chance? Because that would be awesome. Yeah, I'm really I've suffered with allergies my whole life, unfortunately. It's definitely something that's been present in my life since I was a very young child. This time of year, like, you know when you have Facebook, right? And it tells you, thank you, Rhonda. When you have Facebook and you get your memories every day and it like flashes you back through some of your old posts, it's so funny because this time of year, it's like every single day for the past 10 years, I'm complaining about my allergies. So there's just something happening in Florida this time of year that just ruins me. It really stinks. Oh my God, the steak cauli stir fry is literally the best thing ever. And that yum yum sauce, I swear to you, I could eat it off of a cardboard shingle. It is the most delicious sauce I've ever made. I just love it. It's great on everything. Tried it on lunch meat. It's good on eggs. It's really amazing. Super, super good. If you haven't made it yet, you have to. I am addicted. Like, I'm pretty sure that I will never be able to live my life without it in the fridge. Hey, cut it out. Y'all want a dog? God, stop. They're play fighting, which is adorable when I'm not trying to do something, you know? Tallahassee's like 120 pounds. Sancho's like 20 pounds. And literally, they're just trying to, like, attack each other. They're driving me crazy. Driving me nuts. Yeah, my dachshund's getting older, so I don't know, he's kind of, I don't want to say aggressive, but kind of. Oy. My fathead dough is always sticky, too. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Tyler, but now I'm in, like, Central Florida. You guys have no idea how good the yum yum sauce is. Like, holy mother of God. Oh, I love a Great Pyrenees. They look like polar bears. I bet that was the cutest puppy ever. So, so cute. I love them. Oh, nice, Leah. I'm south of Daytona. I used to live in Lake Mary, though. Stacy's totally cranky. And I think his vision is starting to go a little bit, so he has a tendency to get, I don't know, a little overwhelmed. Freaks me out a little bit. Yeah, my pit bull is the biggest baby on the planet. He is the nicest dog ever. My dachshund is sketchy. Like, I don't think he'd ever hurt anybody, but I keep my eye on him, you know? Yeah, Misty, it's one of the last videos that I uploaded to YouTube. Maybe like 2 ago was the egg roll in a bowl. Yeah, honestly, the yum yum sauce could go on anything. I could really eat it out of a ladle. It's just so delicious. So, so delicious. That sounds delicious. What do you mean, Brittany? Like putting it in fathead dough? I haven't. It might be a little wet. It would make me nervous. Nope, I've never done it like that. I make it, Rhonda. I'm trying to think, where did I put it? It's on Instagram, the Yum Yum sauce. It's basically a combination of mayo, a little bit of sugar-free ketchup, some melted butter, some water, garlic powder, paprika. I think that's it. It's incredible. Incredible. Super, super good. I had no idea that animals could get dementia either. That's horribly sad. Wow, that's really, really sad. We've done the mini calzones before. They come out really good. I know fathead dough is a little tricky. It just takes some finesse. We find that like wetting your hands or wetting your hands with olive oil when you work with it makes it a lot easier. And also, hey, Sancho, come here. Come here right now. Wetting your hands with olive oil and making sure that the dough is chilled makes a huge difference. Yeah, like having the bowl of dough in the fridge before you work with it is really, really helpful. My favorite fast food for keto, let's see. I love Arby's. I'll get a bunless beef and cheddar. Super good. Super good. I love Five Guys as well. I just don't have one super close. Arby's is one of my favorites, though. Yeah, Chipotle, a salad. That is my most favorite thing. Oh my god, I miss Bojangles. It would be so hard for me to go to Bojangles and not get a freaking breakfast sandwich. Oh my god. Chipotle. Yeah, I feel like I get the most food for my money there. Because it's such a big bowl. Like, ugh, so good. The cinnamon rolls are delicious. I haven't made those in a while. Oh, I love chicken salad chick. That's another one that I don't have super close to my house. When I go to Chipotle, I'll get lettuce as my base, then chicken, some mild salsa, cheese, sour cream, and guacamole. And then I pour it in hot sauce. Chicken salad chick, it just depends. The one that's closest to us, they have different varieties really often. They have one with onions in it that I freaking love. It's really oniony, like a ton of onion. So good. So, so good. Yeah, Chipotle's cheap too. I think even when I add guacamole to my salad, it's under $10 and it's a big salad. That's my normal drive-through snack, DMAC. If I just have to eat something like quickly, McDonald's. McDouble, no ketchup, no onions. Ugh, so congested. I hate it so much. Oh, we don't have a Zaxby's. Oh, you know what else I love? The blackened chicken tenders from Popeyes. That's one of my most delicious favorite things. Those would be so good in the Yum Yum sauce. It really would be. I'm laughing at myself because Lauren was talking about, like, on her Insta stories, how all of us, when we're, like, live or filming stories, how we have, like, our face or our hands in our face, and I do the same thing. Right? The Popeyes blackened chicken tenders are the greatest thing in the world. I know, I love Lauren's hair. It looks beautiful. I need a haircut, but I get anxiety about cutting my hair. But it's like Mormon Duggar long right now. It's literally all the way down to my butt crack, and I need to cut it, but I hate cutting it. Hate it. Hate it, hate it. I should, though. I could probably cut 12 inches and you wouldn't even notice. It's that long. I like Olive Garden salad, but I'm kind of at a point where I don't love eating just a big bowl of iceberg lettuce. It just doesn't have enough flavor for me. It's a little boring, so I hate that I hate that they're all iceberg. Meh. I'll eat it, but it doesn't make me super happy. When I go to Olive Garden, typically I will get chicken Alfredo without the pasta with a side of broccoli. That's what I get when I go there. Olive Garden's really accommodating, actually. You'd be amazed at how many different ways you can, like, change up their menu. Burnt ginger, that's actually really, really common. Because it's so much fiber, it takes a really long time to pass through your body. So that also could explain being up in weight the day after you have a massive salad. It's not actual gained weight. You probably just have to poop. Yeah, right? Zucchini noodles. Wouldn't that be nice? It's not, it's funny. Like, there are so many staples in keto that are staples for other people that I just don't love. Like, we eat zucchini noodles because it's, you know, great vegetables and low carb, but I don't love zucchini. I just eat it. I don't love it. I just eat it to change things up. It's healthy, it's nutrient dense, it's low carb, blah, blah, blah. But I don't love them. No, I hate those, Brittany. I don't like mushrooms, so anything that tastes mushroomy to me, I will not eat. I don't like the miracle noodles or the shiitake noodles at all. I like the, I'm going to butcher their name. Natural Heaven, I think. That's also a veggie pasta, but it's made out of hearts of palm. I love those. They're expensive, though. Like, really expensive. The only place that I have found them other than online is in our little local health food store. They have them, but they're super expensive. Oh, Lloyd, that's easy. Have you ever made Fat Kid broccoli? Fat Kid broccoli is my most favorite thing to eat with steak. Oh my God, it's so good. Are you on my Instagram? By any chance? Fat Kid broccoli, in layman's terms, is broccoli with some cream cheese. Okay, do this then, Lloyd. Send me an email. My email address is ohsosweetamanda@gmail.com. Yeah, or join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Ketoginja Kitchen. And I'll make sure that you get the recipe. So join our Facebook group, Ketoginja Kitchen, or send me an email at ohsosweetamanda@gmail.com. And I'll make sure that you get it. Fat Kid broccoli's incredible. Incredible. So, so good. I love cream spinach. I haven't had that in a really long time, Carmen. That sounds delicious. Yeah, no kidding, right? There was a time where, for me, Olive Garden meant sangria and breadsticks, and that was the only reason that I went there. I would get breadsticks with a side of Alfredo sauce and dunk them up, which is why I was chunky dunky and miserable. Oh my God, the air fryer. What can't you do in an air fryer? One of the first things we did was jalapeno poppers. We've also done fried pickles. We do chicken wings. I mean, it's limitless. We put that thing through its paces. Yeah, shrimp would be really good. Nope, I don't count macros at all. Not one bit. I did in the very, very beginning, but I'm going on 2 years on keto. I haven't counted macros since the very, very beginning. Yes, I've done that before too, Stacy. It's also super good with ground beef. Really, really good. Super good. Yep, I did bacon wrapped onion rings in the air fryer. That was a hit. It was labor intensive, but it was annoying and delicious. It was worth it, I thought. Okay, I can do that, D-Mac. Cream spinach is really easy. Super easy. Basically, I do a little bit of cream cheese, a little bit of sour cream with spinach and some seasoning. And sometimes I'll sprinkle some chopped bacon on top. It's super good. Actually, I might make that for dinner as a side. It's super good. Really easy too. You can just kind of eyeball it. Yeah, I had stalls. Honestly, I just powered through them. There was definitely a point in time where, you know, weeks would go by and I wouldn't lose anything and I just kept eating the same way. I would cut down on keto treats. You know, things like, oh, Allison, there's not really an alternative to veggies, girl. I mean, you could do carnivore, which is basically like meat and cheese. But it's really hard to do keto without vegetables. So, yeah, I have a tendency when I hit stalls just to eat a cleaner keto. You know, lots of eggs and cheese, and I try not to eat as many keto desserts. So I'll lay off. You could use either, D-Mac. I would probably do frozen just because I like frozen spinach. I feel like it's a lot easier. Yeah, so lay off the keto treats, things like the bars and the prepackaged snacks and the ice creams and stuff. If you're in a stall, you got to clean it up. You know, example of a cleaned up day of eating, hi Willow, for me would be eggs, then probably like a salad with some protein. And then for dinner, a piece of meat with a vegetable. Like, I would just keep it as simple as humanly possible. Yeah, Brussels sprouts are great on keto. Hey, Shane. Yeah, I love Brussels sprouts. There's 9 zillion different ways to make them. They are freaking delicious. Yeah, Lori, I have heard that as well, but I'm not really sure. I was watching an infomercial yesterday for the one that Ninja has out. It's called the Foodie. So I guess it's an Instapot and air fryer and everything else in one. That looks pretty amazing. But man, is it big. I can't imagine where I would even put that thing. I really just want like a giant air fryer is what I want. I feel like they're never big enough. I want to be able to cook like 25 wings at one time. You know? No, Sasha, I still have a few pounds to go. Probably about 7 to get back down to my lowest weight. Yeah, I love chicken wings. I could eat them every single day, but it's annoying to me that I have to cook like 6 at a time. God, I love me my air fryer, man. It works so well. New Wave Oven. Yeah, I've heard of that, actually. Oh, like chicken wings in the oven. Yeah. I feel like this is the thing, though. We like our wings very well done. I'm about 5'8", Amy. We like our wings really well done. I like them super crispy. So even when we order them, I will order them extra crispy. So trying to do that in the oven is challenging. That's why I love the air fryer, because whatever, you know, whatever the cooking time is, like let's say it's 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is, I'll just throw them in for another few minutes and then they're perfect. Ooh, steak in the air fryer. You know, I've never done that. I haven't done that yet. I want to. Yeah, I'm kind of a tall girl. I always thought I was 5'6", but as it turns out, I'm not. I'm like 5'7" and change, so I say 5'8". I guess I could try them in the oven. It would be nice to be able to cook like 20 of them at once, wouldn't it? Dunkin' Mom, good to know. I'll give that a go. I've heard that about baking powder before. Yeah, no kidding. I know it's funny because I feel like all the weight charts are really have a great day, Kathy, are very subjective. It's like you don't know how big my bones are or how much water I'm supposed to hold on to. Like I really feel like it's 150 on one person that's 5'6", 150 on someone else that's 5'6" is gonna look different. We all hold our weight in different places. It's weird. Super weird. Yeah, that's another thing. I feel like I could input the same height and weight for myself in one of the macro calculators. Aw, Allison, that's cool. What's the camp called? Oh, see, I'm not that way, Lisa. I hold most of my weight in my midsection. I hold all of my weight, really, in my arms and in my stomach. It sucks. It's also one of the most unhealthy places to be overweight. I'm an apple as well. Yeah, because when you have a lot of weight in your stomach, obviously that, all that fat around your most important internal organs is risky, you know? I would also rather be a pear. I have stick legs. I looked like an orange with pretzel rod legs at my heaviest. Rough business. Yeah, Brittany, I have a few a week. Maybe 2 or 3 a week. I don't drink them daily anymore, only because they're expensive. Not for any reason other than it gets really pricey. My favorite bang? Ooh. I'm going to give you my top few. I love Power Punch. I love Cherry Blade Lemonade. I love Black Cherry Vanilla. And I love Sour Heads. Those are my favorite. Oh my god, your comments always make me laugh. Yeah, Sour Heads is super good. That was the first one that I ever tried. So it's still a fave. I really, really love it. It's a goodie. So what are you guys doing today? Working, most of you, I assume? Oh, it's amazing, Lloyd. I'm so proud of you. God, can you just, let's just talk about that number for a second, right? If you went to the grocery store and put 29 pounds of ground beef in your cart, can you just imagine what that looks like? Yeah, Sasha, I've been sick. I say sick, I don't feel crappy, I'm just so congested. I will definitely look that up, Allison. James, I have a huge orange blossom, like oranges and orange blossom flowers. Yeah, I just, because I get a lot of comments sometimes where people are discouraged, right? And they'll be like, oh, I've only lost 2 pounds. But it's like, 2 pounds of ground beef is a lot, right? Like, to just look at a couple of pounds of meat, it's amazing. That sounds lovely, Carmen. My coffee's almost done. It's the worst. No thanks. I don't want to show my feed on YouTube. I need to put my Keurig like on my little side table here. Oh, congratulations, DMAC. That's exciting. 25 pounds in 13 weeks is quite an accomplishment. No, Land O'Lakes is pretty far. Few hours. Couple hours, maybe? Kelly, how do I handle it? I struggle. I struggle with portion control. I always have. That's definitely one of my hardest things. How I handle it is I try really hard not to snack. So what I normally do, what a normal day looks like for me, is I basically have lunch and dinner, and both of those meals are a decent size. So I eat a really good size lunch, a really good size dinner, and that's it. When I eat breakfast and then have a little snacky and have, you know, this and that, it all adds up and I eat way too much. I also, this is a silly trick, but I don't serve myself off of giant plates. I'll usually use like a medium-sized dinner plate. Because when I have this big giant plate or big giant bowl, I feel like I need to fill it up. I'm not even that hungry. I'm just eating because it's there. So I will serve myself a very, very small portion and eat that. And if I feel like I need a little more, I'll go and get a little more instead of serving myself this giant plate of food. That makes a difference for me. Definitely. Definitely makes a difference. Yeah, everyone's different. I know a lot of people get really hung up on having to do breakfast, then a snack, then a lunch, then a snack. And that, like, when you're eating all day like that, you're just, you know, you're basically making your body process all of that food. So it doesn't have the opportunity to burn your fat. We need to take hours long gaps of eating so we can give our body a chance to really work on what we ate for the prior meal and burn our fat. Oh, I have a Jethro bowl. I use it for salad now, but I used to use it for freaking cereal. No, do you want to know how much they wanted to charge me for the allergy testing? You guys are not even ready. Dan and I have insanely expensive health insurance, and this would be the first time that I needed to do something that isn't just a regular checkup. My insurance only wants to pay for like 10% of the allergy testing. So it's going to cost me thousands of dollars to get it done. So I'm just kind of putting it on the back burner for now. I know that sounds terrible, but like who has an extra few grand lying around to find out that I'm allergic to all of these things in Florida that I can't do anything about? And even if it is something I can do something about, for example, what if they're like, oh, you're allergic to dogs? Oh, well. You know? Yeah, I basically intermittent fast daily. I really do. Because I never eat breakfast. I'm just not a fan. I never have eaten breakfast. Even at my heaviest, I wasn't a breakfast eater. So, it's just not my thing. I'm not hungry when I first wake up in the morning. I just want coffee. That's what I do throughout the day, too. If I'm feeling snacky and I'm not really feeling hungry, I call it head hunger, where like your brain is hungry and wants to eat something, but you're not actually hungry. I'll have a cup of coffee. That's amazing, Lily. Yeah, that's amazing. I lost like half of my weight in the first couple of months. Like in the first 4 months, I was down like 65 pounds. Isn't that crazy? I would die without coffee. Those of you that don't drink coffee, I literally cannot imagine. I drink it all day. Coffee, water, coffee, water, coffee, water, all day long. Yeah, maintenance is rough. I'm having a hard time. Yes, bang will break your fast. Anything sweet. Anything sweet will break your fast. Oh, Shauna, that's amazing. I am so proud of you. Yeah, Mimi, everyone's body's really different, and it can be really frustrating how there will be people that are like, I lost 100 pounds in 10 minutes, you know, and it took you 6 months to lose 4 pounds. Like, I get that. Everybody's different, and all of our hormones are so different. It's just different for everybody. Yeah, I'm playing with the same, like, 4 pounds right now. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's so annoying. I need to stay off the damn scale. I need to take some of my own advice. I am a daily weigher, and I hate that I'm like that because, you know, let's say today's a great example. Yesterday, whatever I ate and drank did not make the scale go up today. Like, that's not a thing. I didn't gain a couple pounds overnight. The body doesn't work like that. It takes time. So the number that you're seeing fluctuating by a couple pounds is literally body fluid. It's water. It's, you know, it's poop. It's so many things. The number matters, but it's nothing to get crazy about. Yeah, me too, especially considering that even let's say that we live in like a magical universe where I am never going to gain weight again. When I eat the way that I was eating before, all of the sugar and the processed food, I feel like garbage. Like the weight gain, okay, fine. That sucks. But that's not even the suckiest part about it. It's like I feel lethargic. I feel moody. I feel glum. I feel tired. I feel irritable. I'm have trouble going to the bathroom. Like the list goes on and on. And I have an autoimmune skin condition. It's called HS. It's been in remission since 6 months after I started keto. But if I were to go on like a week-long bender of sugar, like eating like, I don't know, Eggos and freaking Twinkies and all that kind of stuff, my skin will flare up. And it's a super, super painful condition. So I have a lot of motivation and incentive not to cheat that isn't related to weight. The depression and anxiety being the biggest one. This is going to sound so cheesy and so stupid, but I genuinely thrive when I feel happy, when I have really high energy and I'm hyper and silly. And like, that's when I'm living my very best life. Like, that's what makes me feel like I'm having an amazing day. So when I feel, this sucks, today sucks, it was a hard day, and I can avoid that, I'm going to. I don't like feeling like that. Like, everybody's gonna have bad days. Keto isn't, you know, Mickey's magic. However, genuinely, I feel so much better and happier when I'm eating this way. I'm sure part of it is like a control thing, because we're all a little controlling, and having control over my moods that way is really great. Oh my God. Fatty Nom Noms. Can you give him a hug for me? I know how painful it is and how, I don't know, embarrassing and hopeless and all of that HS can be. I have a lot of insecurities because of it, because I do have a lot of scarring. I hate talking about HS because people that don't know about it will then Google. And then I get messages that are like, I was very lucky. I don't remember exactly how the stages work for HS. I was never at the most severe, but it's hard. It is really, really hard. And when I would have flare-ups and all of that, like, I was not able to, I don't know, I just felt terrible about myself. I can't pronounce the long name of it, Brianna, but it's an autoimmune skin condition that basically forces your body to produce acne-like cysts that become infected under the skin. So imagine intensely infected, painful boils in very uncomfortable, inconvenient places of the body. For me, it was mostly under my arms. That's where it was always the worst. Yeah, super bad. I don't even like to talk about it because as much as I suffered with it through my life, there are people that have much, much, much worse cases than what I had. And I feel so bad for them and how bad it could be. It makes me really sad. There's a whole community about it. It's an antibiotic resistant condition as well, which a lot of, we're finding a lot of things are becoming antibiotic resistant. HS is definitely one of those things. So I've always been under the impression that my HS was highly affected by food. I always kind of knew that. Almost like my body was having a food allergy response. You guys, that's a keto thing. Being always cold, very common on keto. That's how you know you're in ketosis. One of the reasons. Yeah, HS makes me emotional because it is so incredibly painful. So incredibly painful. And just embarrassing and gross and scary because, you're living with these infections all over your body. And if antibiotic can't help them or make them go away, you'll never feel as hopeless, right? You feel so freaking hopeless. Like, am I ever going to be normal? Fatty nom-noms, me too. Even if I drink keto alcohol, if I get drunk or I drink enough alcohol to be intoxicated, you can bet your ass I will have a flare-up. I'm researching right now. This is going to sound kind of woo-woo because it's science, but it's also not approved science in the United States because obviously, like, we all love our medicines, so God forbid science has an answer. It's called phage. They're doing it in the country of Georgia for people that have HS. I'm bringing you guys with me to make coffee. Phages. So basically what they do is they take these bacterias, like, from the environment. And how does that work? Phages. So they basically make these bacterias that they introduce into the body, and these bacterias work to help eliminate the bad bacteria from the body. And there are people with HS that are having a lot of really awesome results. I follow this girl's story who has the most severe case of HS that I've ever seen. It's all over her back. It gives me like chills and goosebumps just thinking about it because I can't imagine how much pain she's in. But she's actually raising money right now to go to Hungary or to go to Georgia to have this, this phage process done because she's been on a bazillion antibiotics her whole damn life and nothing is helping her, and her quality of life is awful because it's incredibly, incredibly painful. What's really messed up is it can be debilitating. If you have enough of like the most serious case that you can have, it's debilitating. Like, you can't function, It's really frightening. So that's one of the main reasons that I started keto in the first place. Yeah, this is so much more than an apple cider vinegar thing. These people are dealing with like giant infections, like the size of your fist, like all under the skin. It's so, so, so painful. So painful. Are you really that happy face? Don't take this wrong, but that makes me happy because there's a lot of people that are getting denied disability for HS, even though it's a completely debilitating condition. Has keto helped your HS at all? Dan's in here? Is my husband in here? I didn't see him. He called me. He probably assumed I didn't answer, and this is where I was. Babe, are you here? Oh, hi, babe. How's your day? Yeah, I missed it. Hi, baby. Dan's a good name. Aw. You having a hard day, baby? I was just talking about, I don't know when you came in, babe, but I was talking about HS and how keto helped my skin. And there's a lot of people in here that are actually really familiar with HS. For the longest time, like, I've been to so many freaking doctors, and for the longest time, they basically would just give me tetracycline like they would if I had regular acne, or they would tell me that it was ingrown hairs. No, it's not. Like, you're a doctor. So, yeah, okay, so happy face. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. When I started keto, the main reason that I started when I started it is because my HS was so out of control and it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse. That's why I started. It took me a good 6 months of being in full keto mode to notice a difference, but I'm in remission now. I haven't had a flare up in probably a year and a half. I'll get one here and there. If I go off the rails with my food or if I drink too much, like, I'll have one, but it's nowhere near the way that it was. Like, I was to the point where I could barely put my arms down. It was really, really awful. It was awful. I think it's so weird that there are people that just jump on YouTube in the middle of the day to, like, troll people's pages. Like, what are you doing with your life that you just want to jump in and say something weird and creepy? What is up with that? Isn't Dan the best? I'm a lucky lady. I know that weight affects HS. I know it. I know that it does. Which leads me to believe that there is a huge connection with the hormone balance. Because when we lose weight, like, our fat cells are filled with water, they're filled with hormones, they're filled with fat. So when you start to kind of, like, swish out your body, it makes a huge, huge difference. Yeah, it doesn't cause it, but it definitely makes it worse, for sure. When mine was at my worst, I was, like, deeply depressed about it. Hey, Drew, what's up? Deeply, deeply depressed. I had pain, I had scarring, it was bananas. And, like, I can't pronounce the big long name. It's like Hidradenitis suppurativa. It's an autoimmune skin condition that causes infections under the skin. Yes. Sasha, and it is the most painful thing on the planet. I actually stopped doing that because it made it worse. Like, it would be a little bit better for, like, the day of, and then there would be, like, secondary infections. So I dealt with them all on my own. A lot of people have it and they have no idea that they have it. Because there's still so many doctors that have no idea what it is. They'll just tell you, yes, exactly. You'll have, doctors be like, oh, it's an ingrown hair. Yeah, basically, Tracy. But yeah, no, not like shingles. Think, like really intense, aggressive cystic acne that forms underneath the skin. Pretty crazy. It's also one of those things that when you talk about it, other people are like, oh my God, I have that. Because, very, very often misdiagnosed. There are a lot of people that, in the medical world have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to this illness, and I feel like it's becoming more known. You know, bless the power of social media, because people are able to connect and you're able to meet people that you never would have met otherwise. And I think that that's helped to kind of shine a light on rare and bizarre illnesses that you would not have been aware of otherwise. So, do my blood tests come back differently with keto? Yeah, my doctor said that my blood work is exemplary. It's perfect. Mine's perfect. Lloyd, I bet you it's HS. Look it up. I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's really, really common. It's much more common than you would think. Yeah, they always say that, Jennifer. They always say that it's in grown hairs. Have the best day, Mimi. Yeah, I really do believe that, like, in my heart of hearts, that people are really connecting in a way that wasn't possible before social media. It's like we have this whole network of people that we can be like-minded with and that we can discuss things, you know, in a kind of candid way. It's like you can be transparent about what you're saying, but because you're not saying it face to face, none of your social awkwardness shows. None of your like discomfort with interacting with the human race shows. It's a place where we feel a lot more safe to discuss things that would be hard to talk about in person. And I just think that it's become, you know, one of the greatest resources for talking about things that are hard to talk about. I have a hard time sometimes. I'm going to be really honest. Sitting here with you guys right now and talking about HS, I feel anxiety. I do. It makes me feel anxious. So sometimes you have to just like bite the bullet and do things that make you feel a little uncomfortable for the greater good. Because if there's even one person in here that maybe has HS or loves someone that has HS, and I helped them figure it out. No, don't be sorry. It's important to talk about. It's very important to talk about. And to me, like, you guys are my friends. Like, I love you guys. Like, I don't feel shame with you guys. So, and I'm in remission. So I'm talking about it from a much easier to breathe space. But like when I was having flare-ups, I never would have talked about it. Never. I never, ever, ever would have talked about it. So, yeah, I take CBD every day. Every single day. Yeah, it does. It gives me anxiety to talk about it. And I think what it does is it triggers some unkind feelings that I had, like, about myself and about the situation. So those get kind of unlocked when I talk about it because I remember how, like, uncomfortable I was in that headspace. And I remember being in the doctor, right, and being, like, super overweight. Super overweight. Actually, this is an even better part of the story. I had really bad flares when I was pregnant with Lincoln because not only did I gain a ton of weight, but going back to talking about, like, the hormone shifts, I had the worst flare-ups ever. So I had one bad when I went to the doctor, and she was like, well, I'm going to send you to the ER in case it's MRSA. Okay. So I'm freaking out because I'm pregnant. I'm going to the ER by myself because Dan was working. I'm pregnant AF, like easily 7 months pregnant. They treated me like a freaking unclean leper at the emergency room. Like, this is a skin condition that I've been suffering with since I was, I don't know, a teenager probably, like 10, 11 years old. I am pregnant, already feeling really uncomfortable and embarrassed about, like, showing my body. And the area that it was a discrete area. It wasn't like on my vag, but it was in like very, very lower stomach. Okay, think like fupa, right? So I've got all these people in the room in the ER. I'm big and pregnant. There's this guy like throwing up everywhere. They're basically treating me like I am not clean, and that's why it's there. They're like, oh, well, you have to make sure that you really like wash yourself. Like, no shit. I am the showeringest MF that there is. I will take 9 showers a day if I feel dirty. Like, I am not an unclean person. But they basically made it out like I had this because I was not hygienic enough, which is blasphemous. And lo and behold, I have freaking HS. Like, this is an actual condition. It's an actual thing. So I'm not saying that everyone is uneducated about it, but damn, like, they will treat you like you like just crawled out from the center earth of leprosy. And it's not contagious. It's not something that you can like, yeah, Lloyd, because they think she has freaking MRSA, and it's not MRSA. It could be, like, it can be. Like, if you had a really bad flare and didn't take care of it and all of those things, like, I'm sure that it could go there. But like, we got it together, but I have scarring and all of that sort of thing. And I'll just, the way that they made me feel in the ER was exactly why I never got regular treatment for it, because even the dermatologist made me feel like that. Like I was doing something wrong. Like, oh, stop shaving. I could grow a full bush and this would still happen. This isn't about shaving. So, yeah. If you have, like, health issues that you're embarrassed about, don't be, because everybody has something. If you're feeling envious about the most beautiful girl in the room because you're overweight, and like, don't be, because she has something too. I'm willing to bet. It's just crazy. Like, people are, we're so fearful to be judged and fearful to talk about our most private things because people are so damn mean, and they want to tear you down and cut you down. And there's plenty of us that aren't like that. So if you're new here, you just jumped in, we basically are talking about being nice to each other and how I had the Mondayest Tuesday ever. And I was late this morning and it just sent me into a panic. I also talked about my favorite podcast, which is You Made It Weird. It's a Pete Holmes podcast, and it's amazing. You should listen to it. I don't know if Dan's still in here, but I've been bugging him to listen to it. I'm going to have a water after that. It's probably my 4th cup of coffee today. Yeah, I'm sure. Because it's mortifying. Happy face. Okay, so I diagnosed myself with HS. No one ever was like, oh, hey, you have this. I figured it out from research and like all this, that, and the other thing. So I have an amazing primary care physician at this time that I'm talking about, like years ago when we figured it out. She was amazing. She was like, oh my God, yeah, like I researched, I totally agree with you. I definitely think this is what you have. Let's send you to the dermatologist to get more answers, because obviously primary care physician, very limited knowledge on skin. She's 100% on board, sends me to the dermatologist. I give the dermatologist the information. And I'm, like, excited because I've never had an answer before. I've basically had people tell me, like, oh, it's acne. Oh, it's an ingrown hair. Like, I've gotten the runaround of those answers, like, over and over again. So I go to the dermatologist with this info, and I'm, like, so proud of myself. Like, oh, it's HS. Like, let's talk about this. Like, what can we do? First of all, dermatologist is like, you don't have that. Second, he's like, there's nothing you can do for it anyway. And that was how that's how the appointment went. So I was jilted from that point on and basically never talked about it. It's like this shameful disease where people that have it just cover their bodies and are really scared to talk about it. And I've been there. I've definitely been there. So I know those feels. Yeah, a lot of people know what it is if they've had experience with it before. But there are so many doctors and so many dermatologists that aren't even willing to entertain it that you have to find, it's kind of like keto. You have to find the right doctor and someone that gets it. It's really, really a shame, too, because, we're talking about serious infections forming under the skin. So it can be incredibly dangerous. Like, example, let's say that you have diabetes or you have some kind of compromised immune system, like genetically, and you have this infection that you're embarrassed to get treatment for, one. Two, you don't want to talk about it, right? It could kill you, okay? It could become like a sepsis infection under your skin and kill you. But no one's talking about it and no one's like doing the research. And as medical professionals, like, I'm sorry, continuing education should be really important. And as more people are starting to talk about it, the fact that so many medical professionals have no idea what it is like alarming to me. What do you mean you don't know what this is? It's a real thing. And if you're squeamish, don't look it up. I'm serious. Like I said, I never had the end stages of it where it is like, huge percentage of your body is covered and all this, that, and the other thing. Like, I would say that I had a mild to moderate case, but it can be incredibly, incredibly bad. If you're having leg cramps, you need to up your potassium. Okay, so some Powerade Zero or some Gatorade Zero, some pink Himalayan salt added to it, and up your green vegetables. Some spinach, some broccoli. That will help with the leg cramps. It's really common when you're first getting into ketosis. Yeah, Lloyd, she has HS. I'd bet my life on it. I would bet my life on it. It's really hard to find a doctor that knows about it. The blue Powerade Zero is the only one that I like. Vertigo's the worst. My mom had that when I was younger, and there was like a good 5 years of our life that like she just couldn't function. It was really scary as a kid. Yes, avocado is a good one for potassium. Dan loves the Gatorade Zero. Yeah, the white one, the cherry. It's pretty good. I like the Powerade Zero more than the Gatorade Zero. I feel like the Gatorade Zero doesn't have as much flavor as the Powerade Zero, but I will drink it if it's available. I didn't do wontons. I did it in a big log. The, baby, I love you. Did you just go on lunch, Dan? Yeah, I just think Gatorade Zero doesn't have as much flavor. I don't know. It's good, but it's not great. Yeah, it's just one of those days, Trinae. I was late, and I had no gas in my car. Like, it was just one annoying thing after another. It really was. Yeah, Lloyd, I want your Dan, I'm gonna sign off here and give you a call. I want your wife to find a dermatologist that knows about HS. So do me a favor and get on that. I think it's one of those things that like really, really needs to be talked about. It's not MRSA. It's not. Okay, so hey, sassy happy face friend, can you type out horrendous supertiva again so Lloyd can see the proper spelling? I really want anyone that has questions about HS to be able to have the proper spelling so they can try and do a little bit of legwork for themselves, because it is very hard to find a doctor not only that knows what it is, but you need to be able... Oh, Darren. It's the best unitasker there is, though. I can't live my life without my spatulator. Joyce, I just don't like the taste of Zip Fizz. It doesn't do it for me. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you. Lloyd, do you see that? Hidradenitis suppurativa, however it is that you say it, HS is the shortened version. Yeah, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Because it's autoimmune, right? Is that why you see a rheumatologist for it? No, you're very welcome. I hope that she gets some answers. Yeah, it's bananas. Okay, I have been on here for 81 minutes. I love you guys very much. I am going to film a very quick video today that is my my top 5 keto must-haves, if you will. So I will jump on that later, and I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have the best day. Thank you for coming in and being on this live with me. I really do feel like we just get to sit on the couch and drink coffee together, and it just makes my day brighter. So have an amazing day. I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Don't forget to join our Facebook group, Ketoginja Kitchen, and follow me on Instagram at Ketoginja. That's the easiest way to reach out to me. You can send me a direct message on Instagram or send me a message through Facebook, and I will talk to you guys super